Amazing.
Ready?
Yes,
awesome.
let's go.
What's up, guys? It's Hunter.
I'm Tyler.
And we're with the Secret Set Podcast, and we have an absolutely amazing guest for this episode. You want to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Marten Hørger. I make music.
He does make music. Not only does he make music, he plays music, and it was incredible last night. Like, your show was super sick. This is the first time we've actually got to interview someone after their show. It's usually before their show, so we never know what's going into it. But like after getting to see you before the show, and then come on to here and talk, it's like totally different. I have like things to actually talk about now instead of being like I've seen your YouTube videos, or I've seen like some videos of you. Like, seeing people in person is like totally different, and seeing you was just like, your energy the whole time was just fantastic. Your stage presence amazing. Your mixing was so fast paced and fun, and like you just controlled the stage. Like, with things going on, you still were able to like you like kind of like cut the lows for a little bit to kind of like do some stuff, but it was still like building energy, and then you walked right back up and like snapped them back in, and like, you know, people were just like so into it and so engaged and had no idea that there was other things that you were trying to do on this stage, because it was like you just controlled the stage the entire time. So it was really incredible.
Thanks, man.
Awesome. Yeah.
Thanks, man. You kind of had to say that now that we're doing our podcast together.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks.
No, I was talking about it. I was telling my wife, I was like, when you got up on the stage, I was like, I gotta get my phone out. I gotta get a video of this. Like, we were standing up on the deck and stuff, and everyone had their hands up in the air, and then like the smoke was coming down. I was like, dude, what a sick moment. Like, it just looked so cool. Like,
Thank you.
Yeah, you did incredible. But we're just super, super grateful that you agreed to do this with us.
Very happy to be here.
Yeah. Tyler, you want to...
I mean, he kind of said it all, but I think we can start from the beginning. So for those of you who don't know, Marten is from Germany, but more importantly, Black Forest. Can you tell us anything about that and how that maybe helped shape your kind of music, or got you into music?
So it's not exactly Black Forest. It's kind of like around that area.
Around Black Forest?
Gotcha.
Okay.
So the area where I actually grew up is Lake Constance, which is the biggest lake in like that area. It divides Switzerland from Austria and Germany, and I'm a countryside boy. You know, I grew up. I'm a village kid. I grew up in like a village with 3,000 people, and yeah, that was definitely special. You know, very calm and very like secluded and stuff. Yeah,
That's awesome. And when did like EDM start like stepping into your life?
So like where I grew up, like the village itself is pretty secluded, but my parents had a restaurant, right? So I grew up in that restaurant, and that restaurant was part of a monastery. So I grew up in a monastery, so I didn't see anything apart from like sisters in robes. It was only sisters, no padres and no weird stuff. So I literally grew up in a monastery and didn't see anything apart from like those sisters and the people that came to our restaurant, and that was for a very long part of my life. And the first time I saw like electronic music and EDM and stuff was on TV. When I was a kid, we had this thing called Love Parade. I'm not sure if you're aware.
I don't know.
No?
I have to look that one up. Yeah.
It was at the time the biggest electronic event in the world. It's like 1.2 million people up to 1.6 million people in the heart of Berlin, and free event, big thing. It shaped electronic music culture in Germany and beyond. And I saw that on TV. And as a kid,
I'm going to do this.
Yes, and they had like live coverage and stuff. Yeah. And it was amazing. So that was my first touch point with it. I was like sitting in a monastery watching Love Parade on TV with like techno.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's definitely not a story we hear. I don't think we'll ever hear
a very unique intro to the EDM scene. Doing a little bit of research, it seemed like you started with a little bit more breaks than what you do now. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that you had a little a duo going on for a bit, right?
Yes.
With a
Captain
Coma.
Captain Coma. Yeah.
There we go.
Wow, I haven't said that name in a very long time.
Yeah, you were what was it, Funk, or what was it, Boogie Army?
Yes.
Is that Boogie Army?
Yes.
Yeah.
Army.
Super
Wow.
cool.
We dug deep.
Yeah, we were researching. We're also in a duo. We do stuff together. So we were making a bunch of jokes
drum and
about
bass,
it.
but we do love the break culture. And when we saw that you originated in breaks, we were like, we have to hear about
I was like, I have to hear a
we
little
have
bit.
to hear about
I loved the drum and bass and everything breakbeat. It was my first love.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to the Prodigy, and that really shaped everything that I did. And then like Fatboy Slim, Breakbeat came along, and that really inspired me. And we did have like I was in a village, but there was like a few villages over. They had like a really small airport,
Yeah.
and they introduced Ryanair flights to London. Right. So are you aware what Ryanair is?
No.
No.
So that is a very cheap airline where you get flights for like 20 euros, you know? And it's like the shittiest service, the shittiest seats and stuff, you know?
They just
and,
get you there.
and everything's extra, but you know, you get like dirt cheap flights. So as soon as I was able to like travel all by myself, I was on that airplane, on that stupid Ryanair airplane, whenever I could, flying over to London, sucking in culture, you know, going record shopping, like exploring music. Yeah, I did that every other week or so, you know, and then coming back home with like tons of records and tons of inspiration, going back into my like monastery, you know.
That's honestly incredible. That's so amazing.
And then like learning about music, learning about culture. Yeah.
And so when did you start like actually DJing for people?
Yeah, when I was 15.
15, yeah. So
Yeah,
you were
the
one of the youngest.
I think the
DJs,
youngest
right?
DJ at the time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
In
it
the
was,
country?
it was like a very interesting, like we did have a nightclub another village over, because there was like, it's a very wealthy area, right? So it was small, but there was a lot of bored kids with financial possibilities.
Yeah.
You know? So like with money from their parents, right?
Yeah.
So we had this like really awesome techno nightclub, and they had quite big budgets to like, you know, bring in techno legends. They played like, you know, Berlin on a Friday, then like Munich on a Saturday, and then they swung by our like village club for a Sunday or Wednesday or something,
Very cool.
and got a lot of money for it, you know, and played for us kids. And when I was 15 years old, because I was the guy who was like on the Ryanair airplane all the time, collecting records in London, they asked me if I want to like DJ there. And so I was 15 years old. I wasn't even allowed legally to be in there, but they just snuck me in to DJ, you know.
That's crazy.
And then snuck me out again.
It's awesome.
It was before there was cameras and pictures, so there was no evidence that I had been there.
Wait a minute, how old is that kid?
Yeah, like,
That was
had like a fake mustache at the time.
yeah, I think that was what the Doula Club, is that what that was called?
Yeah, Douala.
Douala?
Yeah, it's still there.
That's
It's still
great.
there. I think they just had their 40-year anniversary or something.
Wow.
And it's still like.
Have you been back there?
Oh yeah, like whenever I can, I try to you know, visit, and there's still like a lot of my childhood friends live in that area, so I go there all the time.
It's awesome.
It's great. My mom's still there, and it's really cool.
So when did you take the step into like producing music?
I can't put a date on it.
Yeah.
It was like, it came very late to me. Like I've always been a DJ first, and then I realized, man, I gotta make music too if I wanna like grow further. And then I dabbled with it, and I kind of like, I didn't take it too serious, so it kind of like I wasn't amazing in it. And then like I was in that duo, and the other guy, he was the dude who was like really really talented. So he made most of the music, and I was just the face and the ideas guy. And that went on for a very long time, until that duo fell apart. And I at the time I thought that one chance that I had to live my dream was gone, and I was very scared, and I was very depressed, and I gave myself a year to like sit down and learn production. So that's what I did. Like I spent a whole year just sitting there. It was like it was like 10 years ago, right? Yeah, a little bit longer. And then I sat down and did that, and it was a very interesting time because it didn't show that music to anybody. I just like made it, and then at the end of that year, I had like 1.5 songs, you know, and I didn't really know it was any good or not, and like, and I showed it to a few friends, and they thought it was amazing, and I hated it because we all hate all music.
Right.
And then I didn't know too many people, but I knew this one guy called Crafty Cuts, and he was like a big famous breakbeat DJ at the time. So I sent him that record, and he loved it, and he put that record out. He released it, and it only came out because of the pressure of my friends. Like, I would have never done it, and I was ashamed of the song, and it was like, this is horrible. And like, oh, now it's out there, and it's like, oh, it's gonna ruin my reputation. And then, like half a year later, there was this like, it was called the Breaks Poll. It was like a global awards ceremony for like breakbeat artists at the time. It was at Fabric in London, and that year I won world's best breakbeat producer.
Yeah, you did.
And best single of the year, like international. And it was my first ever song, and I was it was interesting. Like, and I went from doing nothing and being like lonely and scared in my room to like spending a year just on airplanes and like
Incredible.
touring and yeah.
No, it's awesome. Just like sticking with it's incredible.
Yeah.
I think I read somewhere that you also recorded a song or like completely with like your phone, right? Like you created like audio samples and made like an entire song. Is that right, or something like that? Like you recorded a bunch of samples and made a song out of it. Like back in the day.
I think I did a few of those just for social media.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But
like I'd read somewhere in like a forum or something like that you had done that.
I think they never came out.
Okay.
So yeah, I made like after that initial success with my own music, I made a lot of music. You know, confidence grows by like winning. You know, and that was a big win. So it's like, yeah, I got this, and like started making a lot more music.
That is like the biggest win. I mean,
international best single.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I have those awards still in my room.
Wow. Yeah. I think I would carry them with me actually.
Speaking of,
like, oh hey, do you think I get a discount here by chance?
Yeah. So, boom. Yeah.
So what was the first like big festival you played?
I honestly can't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember my first ever show in North America. I remember that. That was the year that I won that award. And I went to Canada and played Shambhala, which is a big...
Huge, yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, that was my first ever North America show. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, and I still go back there. Like every 2-3 years, they book me again, and it keeps growing and keeps getting better. And it's like it kickstarted my career in Canada. Yeah.
I saw that. Did you tour in like India early on? Is that correct? Or
I like early on in my career, I did a lot of Russia. That's what I did.
Russia.
Yeah, like that breakbeat thing. It was a really really big scene. But when I came in and became big in it, it was on the tail end of it. So I was like growing in a declining, scene. It's like a very interesting situation. Like so I did many shows, and it was very very big in Russia and Germany and Russia. They're rather close, like 2.5 hours to Moscow from Frankfurt. So I spent like 2 weekends a month in Russia. Did a lot of that.
That's what we had DJ Dieselboy,
Yes, of course.
So he was on the podcast here a couple weeks ago and talking about some of the biggest shows he played was
Amsterdam
show
he
Russia,
did, like 35,000 people.
Yeah, he was saying like some of those were just like the craziest shows back then because he was like seeing videos of them on forums and in America he was like these are real, and he gets out there and there's these massive like drum and bass and break shows and stuff, and he was like it was just incredible because that scene like even in America it wasn't even like drum and bass or breaks yet, like it wasn't really like happening, and so when he went there it was just an incredible experience like seeing some of that like early 2000s and stuff. So that was it was really cool. We've been like looking up stuff on like some of those older like early years of breaks and just how far it's come, especially now. But your music's more towards like energetic, like house, like tech. There's still like that like signature of some breaks. Like we've listened through. I think I listened to all of your songs the last like 2 weeks. So I found everything I could. I was on forums like trying to find stuff that you hadn't even put out. I was like looking.
I'm sorry about the early ones.
No, it's good. You can tell where your roots are at, and
Thank
like
you.
that's like it was very easy to tell. Like there's like. I think sometimes I listen to like some house music and it's missing that like grit. Like there's a little like grit that's missing, and your music I think has that, which is really fun. Like there's like a little like I said, like to the core of like breaks. Like I can kind of hear it when I'm listening to some of your stuff. So
Thanks,
you can tell like doing a little bit of research. You're like, oh, that makes a little bit more sense. Like where he started and like where he's at now. But yeah, really cool stuff. Is there any song that you like particularly love of like all of your songs that you've released?
it is very like if you're like a level 4,000 nerd like me, it is very hard to like appreciate your old music because you always think, oh, I should have done this in hindsight. I should have like,
Yeah.
but I'm very proud of the songs that have done good things for me. It's
Yeah.
like every career works different. In my career, like I grew because of music, and it was like a few songs that I made that did wonders for me. Like the first ever house song I made. Like I touched a bit on like the declining break scene,
Yeah.
and it was I wasn't happy anymore in that breakbeat world,
Right.
despite having that status.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I gotta try and make a house song. So I made with my brother, like Neil and Steve, we made a house song called "You Don't," and that became a big thing, and it launched my house career, and it like changed my whole life, And it's the most stupid song I ever made. It doesn't even have a melody; it just does stupid stuff, and it did wonders, and it created my house career and changed everything. So I'm proud of that, and like I've done a lot of collabs, and I'm very proud of like being able to work with those people and like building friendships out of music. So yeah, so I'm proud of all the collabs, most of the collabs.
Yeah.
With yeah.
I guess what kind of, I know you said that you were kind of catching the tail end of breaks as it was going down and house was coming up.
Mm.
Was there anything particular that made you want to transition to house or like the bass house style?
If you play shows and you're not happy, it's just not like, if I guess we all like make music or be creative because we want to be happy. We chase that feeling. Because if we're back in like do we don't want to do territory, then there's no point in not doing like finance or whatever.
You're
for
not going
money,
to grow.
right?
Yeah.
So like the reason why I make music is because it makes me happy and because it's freedom.
Right.
And at the end of like that my breakbeat journey, I just wasn't happy anymore. I played those shows with like those same old like 50 songs that were like popular, and like I was trying to like push the sound, and it wasn't accepted because it had to be the same thing over and over again. I was like, yeah, like you guys can keep on doing this. I just do whatever makes me happy. So I just had to leave.
I always see like on threads like all roads lead to house. I don't know if you've seen that post or people comment that on things all the time.
Oh, really?
Like yeah, they're like all roads lead to house music. Like eventually, like
Yeah, many of us
people will find the house road. But
yes.
That's super cool. You said a lot of the collabs you've done are really special to you. Who's someone that you've worked with that you thought was just like incredible, like someone that you think about, or someone that maybe people don't know about that you've worked with that you think's just like
tell us who you think about.
an inspiring artist or something like that.
So pretty much all the people that I work with are really inspiring. That's why I work with them, But the ones that like really stuck with me is like, long-term friends and stuff are like, I love working with Dylan Francis.
Yeah.
He's a really cool dude. He's like, bestie material. I love hanging out with him, and like we did a song a couple of years ago, and then an EP this past year. Did a little tour together. We played Tomorrowland together this year. It's really cool, really cool. I love working with him, and we're gonna keep on doing stuff. And once I started working with David Guetta and started releasing music with him, a lot of good things happened to me, and I learned a lot of amazing things just by working with him. And he's kind enough to just answer questions,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if I'm stuck with like music, life, career, anything, I can just ask him stuff, and he gives me advice, and he shows me how things are done at like a different level. And so yeah, I'm proud of like working with him, and like that we're still like doing stuff together, and that we're still like working on things, and it's really cool. And
Yeah.
like another one is Charmy. Like he created my house career because he was the one who started playing my initial like house releases. So he created this here.
Here,
You know?
here we are. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm eternally grateful for like having had him at the time, and still having him in my life. I just spent a week at his house in Portugal 2 weeks ago, and we made music, and I got to meet his family and stuff, and like, and he we ate amazing lunch every single day, and like it's really really cool, you know.
That's awesome. Two things on that. One, Dylan Francis, if you're ever in Hawaii, you're one of the first EDM DJs I ever listened to. So come on the show. I was actually just talking about this the other day. Some of the early EDM artists that I remember listening to was like R.L. Grime, Dylan Francis, Zed's Dead forever. I've been listening to them since for a long time, but. Yeah, Dylan Francis was one of the first people. My buddy Zach Wiles, who is now a producer, he showed me some like early Dylan Francis stuff, and I was like, "Wow, what is this? I've never heard anything like this before." It was really amazing. So that's awesome that you got to work with him, and he's such an amazing guy. That makes my heart happy to hear that because you never know, right? Like,
the thing is, like, sometimes people say never meet your heroes, but I made the. Whenever I met some of my heroes that I really look up to, they were all amazing. It's always the people that haven't quite made it that are kind of like not the nicest, but every person that I look up to is just the nicest person. It like, like having success kind of does something to you, and like all those people are really nice, really really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they just want to help people, It's like
Yes.
they're already there, like they just help people.
We're
at
all
that
in
point.
this together.
Right, yeah.
All
No,
of
it's
us.
a beautiful scene. It's one of the reasons we've like poured so much time into it is because everyone in the EDM scene has just been, just incredibly kind to us and given us opportunity after opportunity, which has been we're forever grateful for. Like it is I've had many of hobbies in my life, and this one has been the kindest to us, especially. I think I read somewhere that you are sober. Is that correct?
Yes.
Like, yeah. We also we're sober as well. We don't drink or do anything. Like we go out and.
Like, I'm not fully.
Yeah.
I don't drink when I work.
Yeah. That's what.
I would like have a drink. Like I love cooking. Like I said, I grew up in a restaurant, so cooking makes me feel like a kid again. And my number one relaxing thing is to like cook family dinner, and like have a glass of wine. That's the one occasion where I would drink. But other than that, I'm sober. It's not that I didn't have enough drinks in my life.
Yeah. I think that's how most people get to that.
Yes, and then I'm a firm believer in the theory that you have to be as wild as you humanly can in a certain part of your life, so that you can later on retire in dignity. Right. There is the theory that you have to go and see 600 after parties, to understand that there's nothing new happening at the 600 first.
Write that down, actually.
Yeah, and like, I've seen those 600.
Yeah.
Like, and but like if somebody tells you, look, maybe there's nothing new happening at that after party, you're not going to believe it, right?
Yeah.
You have to go and see it. 600 of them. I did them. And now I can like retire in dignity.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's something that like your energy last night like it was just incredible, and you could tell like it's like
you can tell that I've been to 600 after parties.
Yeah. This is a guy who's been to 600.
Yeah. He's made
the
it.
badge.
Yeah. They stamp your card every time you go in, and at the 600
Almost
they're
there.
like, no sir, you cannot come in here anymore. No, that's a super funny. I'm gonna start saying that. That's one of my mottos now.
Gotta make it to 600.
Yeah, gotta make it to 600. That's how I'm gonna drag out Tyler from now on. I'm gonna be like, come on, man, we're almost there.
We're at 50.
Oh man, he's at like 450. Where you at?
I'm getting close.
You're close.
Yeah.
I'm getting there for sure.
But so we talked a little bit about this show. Jordan
Yes.
threw a show with Kinetic Sound. What do you think of the show? What do you think of
loved
Hawaii?
it. You
Yeah,
know?
have you been here before?
No, I haven't.
Wow,
This was my
okay.
first time.
Wow.
Thank you for having me here. You know, and it was special. You know, like I love I love putting time and effort into new territories. You know,
Yeah.
because I learned that this is how you grow. You know, so like we put a little time and effort into, you know, coming here and like planting the seed
Yeah.
so that it can grow, and that's how I started everywhere in the world, and it was like it was a great start for all of us. Really, really cool. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
You know, and I came with friends. I usually never stay anywhere. I'm an in and out kind of guy. You know, like
Yeah.
I do like 25 weekends a year in North America, but I go back home every week. And but this week we all came like with my German friends, and we stayed for a whole week. You know, we
Nice.
got like a little tan. You know,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
had Coke every single day. You know,
That's
and,
awesome.
like so good, very very happy.
Yeah. No, well, you'll definitely. I think you made some fans for sure last night. So hopefully in the future, Jordan can have you back out here for an even bigger show. I'm sure. Like people loved it. The videos were everywhere. I've seen people liking and being like, "We missed out." You know, like just didn't. Next time you're out here, I'm sure it'll just be even crazier.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be amazing. But so what's next for you for the rest of the year going into the next like early quarter of next year? Releases, big shows, anything like that?
So touring wise, like I haven't really stopped touring since the end of COVID. So that's gonna keep on going just like that. So and I'm on the never ending tour, and so from here I go back home, and then I go back out to North America to do Seattle, and then go back home. Then I do Christmas in Japan, and just after Christmas I do Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. Then I do New Year's in Bangkok, and then I do Hong Kong just after that, and then I go back home to actually be home for a few weeks and make music, and then the year just starts again end of January, and yeah, then I don't even know where we're going, but like it just never ends. Just great, very happy. You know,
Yeah,
it's been
thanks.
going like that for the longest time, and I know it's not. You know, I know that it's a special thing that I get to do this.
No,
So, yeah.
incredible.
It could be worse problems.
That's great.
Yeah.
You know, the king of Airmiles. and then release wise, I'm in a very good place. I been very creative these past months. I found balance. You know, some making a lot of music on the road. Built a new studio, make a lot of music there. We were starting to release a song every month, starting in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So pam, 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 pam.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Heck yeah.
Big collabs also, or like
Yes,
kinda,
big collabs,
cool.
like and big songs, big vibes, big bangers.
That's incredible. Yeah, awesome.
Are they going to kick us out of the room? Is that what's happening?
What's going
Like,
on in there?
I have late checkout.
No, that's awesome. I super hope for only the best. Hope it's totally successful. I'm
yeah.
sure it will
Yeah.
be, and people will love it. We'll definitely keep our eyes out to hear all the songs and stuff. That's super exciting. We usually ask this to every producer that's been on here. Who are like, you can name one person, or you can name 5 or 10. Who are people that you see growing right now that are just like you would like to shine a light on, or someone that you're like keeping your eye on, maybe like that you've been watching and you're like, wow, like I really like this person, you know? And it doesn't have to be anyone huge, like, you know, just people that you are listening to right now.
So there's my old friend Brandon from Germany, and he's we've been making music together for a very long time. We've known each other for a very long time. He's always done amazing things, but especially right now he's on a roll, and he's doing amazing stuff. Really, really cool. So Brandon Sounds, should go check him out. Really cool music. really good guy. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check him out. Is there anyone else that you think about, like the other music that you continue to play when you're like playing shows?
Kinetic Sounds are crushing it over here.
They are
Obviously,
crushing it.
it's like the obvious choice,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, cool. I don't really have much more for you. We won't take up too much of your time. You're still here in Hawaii. So, Tyler, do you have?
No, I mean, it was pleasure to hear your story.
Yeah,
Hey,
it was an absolute blessing
thank you.
getting to like talk to you and have you here. Like, it's really incredible. It's one of those like steps to like meeting people that you just watch on like you listen to their music or you watch them on YouTube, and I'm always just like I'll never get to meet that person, but here we are. So absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, seriously.
So good. So good. I'm so happy you guys came out last night as well.
Yeah, no, an amazing show, and we cannot wait to have you back here on the island.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.